Our coaching team, led by Ian Watton and Paul Hebden, with Paul Cook and Martin Wilson, have been excellent in the area, and training attendance has been high all season. The icing on our coaching cake has been provided by Mr. Steve Cruz, whose knowledge, experience and expert delivery has been invaluable to all of us, and Steve has played a major part, certainly in the second half of the season, in turning us to the side that we've ended up at. Right, I'm not going to go through all the games or anything like that, because you're really sick of me already. But we started the season being outrucked by Bodleians, even though we beat them quite convincingly, and we ended the season outrooking and counter-rooking all comers. That's something we identified early on, and obviously it's a massively important part of the game, probably the most important part of the game at under 13's. The boys have worked hard all year, suffered some great highs and some disappointing lows, but have built a great squad spirit and have developed a first-class camaraderie. This was obviously evident during our tour to Whitby, and 55 boys and parents had a fantastic time, and next year we're looking to go a bit further afield. We're thinking of going to Whitley Bay, which is just slightly further. But what goes on tour stays on tour. So unfortunately we can't talk about the saga of Charlie Fothergill's underpants. We've had 4 boys play for North Yorkshire. Harry Cruz, George Stoker, Dylan Tonks and Edward Woolley. So well done to all 4 of those. The highlight of our season was, of course, winning the Yorkshire Plate. In the first round we produced a magical display of fast open rugby to blow away a very good Bodleian side, and we dispatched Acklam and Ilkley in similar manner to reach the final. This was held at York, and we came up against an absolutely huge Baildon side. And it turned out to be Selby's speed and skill against Baildon's power and determination. We conjured up another magnificent performance, providing quick ball to stretch them about the park. We were also assured that during the course of the season we'd learnt our lessons from getting a couple of good beatings. The boys fronted up when they had to do, and defended magnificently to win by a difference of 1 score. But can I just point out that winning that was a whole squad effort. We only had 15 boys on the park and 7 boys on the bench. But we've got a squad, we finished with a squad of 34, and a lot of those boys played a part, and even if they weren't on the field or on the bench, we instill into them that it's a squad effort, and the team is only as good as the sum of the whole. And if anybody gets a little bit cocky, you can be sure that Mr. Watton soon sorts that out. It's a pleasure to be associated with these boys, and I know all the coaches look forward to watching them grow as rugby players and young men in the coming seasons. Now to the, just before I move on, I'd like to thank the parents for all the support. I'd also like to thank Sue Hebden, Paul's wife, for washing the kit every week, and I have actually got some flowers for her, but I've left them at home. So I can't remember everything. Right, now to the main event, the awards. We're very fortunate to present the awards to the under-13s, to have Dickon Edwards, who not only was a fantastic rugby player, is now England under-21 coach, England under-20 coach, I apologise. But what is significant, boys, is that Dickon was a mini and junior rugby player at Selby, and he's a very good example of what can be achieved through hard work. Okay, the first award, the most improved player. We've got a few candidates for this award. Difficult one because I think every one of the players has improved. Bruce Skelton, just stand up, Bruce. Okay, you can sit down now. Well done. Bruce turned up after the summer, 6 inches taller, fit, fast, and tackling like a demon. Patrick Keatley, stand up, Captain. Patrick's always been a very willing player, but this season he developed into a very strong, tackling, reliable centre. Johnny Black. Johnny Black never played the game before, and after a bit of a slow, tentative start, he's now turned himself into a marauding front row forward. Leon Spowage. We know him as Leon the Hare Spowage. Now Leon's always been a good player, but tended to go into his shell a little bit on the field, and not expressed himself properly. This season's been a revelation. He's finished the season running strongly, passing accurately, and I can really say not missing a tackle at all. But the boy we've decided to give the award to has taken, giant leaps forward this year. Tackling and running were not on this boy's radar in previous seasons at all. But that all changed one November morning at Huddersfield, when after being worked into a frenzy by Watto, he carried out a series of bone-crunching tackles on the opposition, and quite honestly has never looked back from that day, and worked his way into the squad for the plate final. So the winner of the under-13's most improved player is Ben Asquith. Okay, Ben, step in. Yeah, Ben, I think you misheard me. You must have thought I said you've got to do all the household chores. You've won an award, Ben. Smile. Ben, stay there. Stay up there, please. Okay. Club